Majestic, Marie, and Laura. Got the wrestling world right here, no need to go far. All girls podcast, bringing vibes so grand. Talking power bombs and peaches, we've got the upper hand. With a smile, positivity, and tales of the ring. From Eddie Kingston's moves to each title swing, we're here to cheer, laugh, and maybe even cry. Join us on this ride, let's kiss that heel goodbye. Peaches and power bombs, let's start the show, where legends come to dance and superstars glow. Listeners, come closer, hear the stories flow. With Majestic, Marie, and Laura, watch your fandom grow. Every episode's a celebration, moments that we hold. No storyline too big, no champion too bold. For the love of the sport, for each crowd's thunder, wrestling's in our hearts, ever full of wonder. Grow. Every episode's a celebration, moments that we hold. No storyline too big, no champion too bold. For the love of the sport, for each crowd's thunder, wrestling's in our hearts, ever full of wonder. So raise your signs high as we speak the truth of epic rivalries and glory of youth. From Eddie's grit to the Diva's reign, in every bout there's joy amidst the pain. Oh, peaches and power bombs, let's start the show, where legends come to dance and superstars glow. Listeners, come closer, hear the stories flow. With Majestic, Marie, and Laura, watch your fandom grow. Watch your fandom grow.
Hey there, everybody, and welcome to Peaches and Power Bombs. I'm Majestic Marie, alongside my partner in crime, Miss Laura Presley, and we have a special guest with us. Bill, it's so nice to have you here. We were supposed to have you on last week, and it fell apart, and that's our fault, and we're sorry. But glad you came.
Yes, glad to have you back.
Thank you. I'll tell you, I was dancing in my chair to that intro. I was kind of like, I was giving me like Disney movie vibes.
You know, that's my favorite part about having new people onto our show, because it's so fun to watch them dance to our theme music. It never fails. It's a lot of fun.
This is why there's parts of AI we do like this for things like this.
Yeah. Yep. Well, let's go ahead and get the business side out of the way really quick, and you guys make sure that you like, share, subscribe,
do all the things
about Peaches and Power Bombs, and we'll go ahead and play our hype video too, and we'll get ready for the show.
Ain't no way, chick. Ain't ready. There ain't no way, man. Ain't ready. Ain't no way y'all could possibly be ready. You can say you're ready as many times as you want. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Y'all boys ain't ready. There's no way, man. Talking about they anxious. You hear him, chick? Hey. Somebody losing sleep. They losing sleep, baby. Man, I've been getting the best sleep of my life. I've been snoring, baby. I've been snoring. Dreaming about this ass.
That never gets old.
No.
Nope. All right. So I guess really quick, Bill, since you're kind of new to the show a little bit, so why don't you tell our viewers a little bit about you?
Oh my, what to tell about me? No, I've been a fan since I was a kid. Watch still to this day. Mix of the current and the older stuff. I've been watching a lot of the older stuff on YouTube lately.
That's a lot of fun.
It is. It really is. I do podcasts as Alora knows. And I try to get everything in when I can, and that's pretty much about it.
Well, that's pretty much where, the way we started too. I think all of us have been fans since we were little kids, and it's an addiction, and even when it's bad, we still watch it.
Yeah.
You can't get away from it. You just can't. Christine is here with us, and she says that Peaches and Power Bombs rules. Thank you. And so we'll just go ahead and jump right in. And Alora, are you ready to jump right in?
Yeah, I was just going to tell Christine that Mina's already showed her butt tonight, so we may or may not see her again. She's laying down.
She got tired after the first bout. So, But one thing that I'm not tired of, and that is this. Versus
yes.
This just keeps getting better and better every week. This last night, they didn't touch. They tried to, but everybody, flooded the ring and pulled them apart and, ushered everyone away from each other. And, the arena was mad. They wanted to see some action and they didn't get it. So how do you... Bill, how do you feel about the build-up between Obafemi and Brock Lesnar so far?
Honestly, with everything that's been going on, this has been my favorite build-up of any of the matches at WrestleMania.
Yes, absolutely.
Because you've got Brock, because it's Brock.
Yes.
And then you got Obafemi. And it's like, if you've seen Obafemi, you know what he can do.
Right.
And he's got everything. Like, he's almost like a 5-tool player. He's got everything you'd want. And when the first, when it came out, it was like, oh, Brock's got an open challenge. I'm like, I'm hoping it's Oba. Like, I really am hoping. And then when it did happen, I was like, oh, here we go. Here we go. And then the fact that Oba got the upper hand that first time around. Yeah, and he's gotten it twice.
Yeah.
This is a big opportunity for Obafemi.
It is. It is.
Because I'm not going to say like this match is going to make or break his career, but if he does as good as he did with Cody back in December, Oba's going to be on that roster for a long time, and he's going to get many titles.
Yeah. Yep. The Oba train, I don't think is going to stop anytime soon. We have a little contention between Alora and myself because I'm a Brock Lesnar fan and she is not. So.
I was giving it to her. I was like, "This is what dreams are made of." And
I was like, "Yeah, okay." No, but seriously, even from a huge Brock Lesnar fan, I'm really excited about this, and I'm going to say that I think that Obafemi should win the match at WrestleMania. I'm going to say that, and I'm Team Brock all day long. 99.99999% of the time. But.
And something that I noticed when I was watching some clips from Raw, I think Lesnar is actually enjoying this.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
He's enjoying this, and I like the fact that he's gonna literally be challenged. And me and Marie were saying last week, I don't think he took a bump like he did last week in 20 years.
Right. That was a bump too, because if he would have just moved just slightly wrong, he would have landed on his neck. But he didn't. Thank goodness he didn't. But that was crazy.
It was funny because earlier today, Adam Pearce commented on his social media and he put, "Oh, but find me" on there instead of
I
him, he
did
is
see that.
find me. And well, see, at first I didn't realize who it was, and I almost responded like, "Oh yeah, he is fine," and I was like, "Oh, don't do that. He'll block you." Yeah. So, but yeah, he.
Down, girl.
Lord,
down.
I would have hated to be him last night. Boy, that was nasty.
But yeah, this entire build has been probably my favorite thing too. And I know we're gonna get a little bit more into like Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman and everything, but I do want to say that I don't think that I've ever seen Paul Heyman take this many bumps weeks in a row than I have now.
Right.
It's crazy to me. He didn't take this many bumps when he was younger. So.
No, he did.
No, he didn't.
And he's never done it well, but you know.
You're as young as you feel, I
is.
suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Well, Christine
You
says
can hear
that
me
Nita,
that she wants to show out again. Yep. Speaking
she
of,
has no shame, says Christine.
yeah, you have no shame at all. You won't let me pick you up, but you want attention.
Well, we're going to keep talking about Paul Heyman, guys, because we have new tag team champions, and that is the Vision with Paul, Logan Paul, and Austin Theory. So our boy Austin Theory finally getting some recognition. Our Atlanta boy, yay! And it was weird though, because at first it looked like the Speed guy was trying to help the Usos, and then the next thing you know, he's holding up the Vision's hands in victory. That was weird. I don't understand that part. I mean, I know that he accidentally hits LA Knight with the brass knuckles, and so he kind of scurried off in order to avoid the wrath of LA Knight. So maybe he's only there for protection reasons, but I don't know. It was just weird. It was weird. If I was trying to stop somebody from doing something, and it's not like a real like heel turn, oh, I'm stabbing you in the back type thing. It was just like, oh, well, I guess I'm hanging out with you guys now. Hey, what's up? You know, it was just weird to me. I don't know. I like that they're the tag team champions, so.
I think this actually may help the tag team division in general.
Yes.
It's like the last few champions have been like teams that have already had it. And I just think, a fresh change, a new team, this could help the division. I mean, but at the same time, when I watched this last night, my first thought was, I think I know where this is going for WrestleMania.
Okay.
Unfortunately, the tag titles will not be defended at WrestleMania.
I'm okay with that.
What I think could happen is a 6-man tag. See, the Mina or the categories will be. I think it's going to be the Usos and Knight against Paul, Theory, and Speed. And Speed's going to be the reluctant partner in this.
Okay.
I don't really want to get in there. I really don't.
Right. Well, he was cursed by Danhausen, so things are not going his way anyway. So maybe that's part of it. He just got in with the wrong crowd because of the curse.
It is possible.
Yeah, I don't see a reason why the tag team the tag team titles have to be defended at WrestleMania. There's just so many moving parts in this, and the Usos are involved in a lot of things too. So, they're a major part of the Roman and CM Punk storyline as well. And we don't want the Usos having to do 75,000 different things, you know. So them just having a quick little, you know, 6-man tag, that makes a lot of sense. And you know, LA Knight needs something to do too. So I'm all for that.
Well, too, while I'm thinking about it, I think Naomi might be close to her due date as well. It hasn't been confirmed or denied whether she's had the baby yet, or I don't know. There was rumors going around, but I know she's really close.
I thought I read she had the baby.
I read that, but it wasn't confirmed or denied.
Oh, it wasn't. Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't confirmed or denied, so it's like I don't know.
Let's see. Okay. As far as a week ago, Rikishi has had to come out on his podcast to say that they have not had their baby yet a week ago. So whether or not they've had it since then, I don't know. But when the rumors were circulating last week, he had to go on his podcast and say, no baby yet. Because you know how people are on the internet.
Yep.
All right, let's see.
Yeah, sorry I had to dip out for a second. I had to cat mom.
I understand that. Timothy says that Danhausen is cursing the NCAA.
I'm sorry about Duke.
I'm not.
Easy.
I'm not either. I watched their game against St. John's last week.
That was a great game.
It was a really great game, and I was really pulling for St. John's, but they just didn't quite get there. I was sad, but they got knocked out anyway, so it's all good.
I mean, I'm a Maryland guy. I'm gonna always root against Duke from the old ACC days. So,
Oh, yeah.
I gotcha.
just to see Duke lose, you know. And I didn't have them winning the whole thing. My pick is still in, so
There you go. Yeah, my two picks, I either had Houston or St. John's winning, and they're both out already. So I'm like, okay. This is the way we're rolling. We're just watching for the fun of it now.
Yeah, my brother said whoever wins between South Carolina and oh God, who was the other team? My mind went blank. But the women's basketball side, whoever wins that South Carolina game is probably going to win the championship. That was what he said. So I was like, oh, okay.
Interesting.
That's okay with me because I loved Dawn Staley growing up. I was into basketball when I was a teenager. So that's a biased pick.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that.
yeah.
See, I'm more into gymnastics, and we're kind of having our March Madness right now too. Regionals is this weekend, so they're talking about there might be some upsets, and I was like, as long as UCLA, Arkansas stay in, I'm good. If Georgia stays in, I'm okay with that too. Anyone but OU.
Well, speaking of Georgia, we're going to talk about a Georgia boy next because we have to talk some about Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes. Of course, Randy Orton is still listening to the voices in his head and the voice in his cell phone. And as well, Cody Rhodes comes out to address the Madison Square Garden crowd, of course, because he is the WWE champion, and it wouldn't be right for them not to come home and the WWE champion not be featured. But lo and behold, Stephanie McMahon decides to come out, which I was not expecting at all. I don't think anybody was. And she comes out and she warns Cody that the current Cody Rhodes cannot beat the current Randy Orton, that he needs to start thinking like Randy Orton in order to get over that threshold. And it looked like Cody was going to dismiss her, but he did say thank you before he walked away. So I don't know if we're going to start seeing a diabolical Cody emerging or not. I think he kind of needs to. He cannot be happy-go-lucky, whoop-de-doo, I'm a good boy Cody for this feud. I don't think so. Alora, what do you think of this?
Do you think that it could possibly be Stephanie on the other line with Randy?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised, and I would be okay
I wouldn't
with
be
it.
either.
She's
But if it's somebody completely different, it better be like, whoa, and not, I saw that coming a mile away, you know. But yeah, that's the big mystery right now. And of course, everybody loves Randy when he's like this. So even though he's doing horrible things, they're still cheering him because that's what people want to see. And I think people are really getting tired of, Cody's, what he's been doing. Good guy in the suit and, like you said, good boy Cody Rhodes. I think people are tired of that, and so hopefully we see some kind of character change or evolvement rather. So
Yeah, I'm glad you brought up the Stephanie thing because after watching that segment last night, that was like one of the first things that popped in my head was, could she be on the other line? Because I had, like, in my mind, there was a certain eyebrow raising gentleman that at first I was like, okay, maybe this could be him. But we never know with him anymore, when he's going to show up and when he's going to be there for how long. And I think if it ends up being Stephanie, I think it's maybe the right move because of everything that's going to happen that weekend. She's going into the WWE Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
She hasn't been on TV as a regular in God knows how long. And who's to say she's going to be a regular character again? This could be, like a one-off. Plus, she and Randy have history together.
yes.
Yep, that's true. I don't know about it being The Rock because the thing with The Rock is that he has been putting his nose in Cody's business for several years now. And except for that one tag team match, there really hasn't been much of a payoff. Like last year was just, it was a heap of garbage. I'm sorry. It was good.
It was.
The initial night was really good. The heel turn with but there was no payoff with that with The Rock or I can't remember the rapper's name. Sorry.
Travis Scott.
There was nothing. They were never seen again after that. Like nothing. And I'm like, okay. If The Rock comes back, we need a payoff. We need to have a match between him and Cody Rhodes. We have to. So if he's not willing to have an actual match, he needs to stay out. He needs to just stay away from it.
Yeah, and his appearances in Atlanta, Bad Blood, and then at the Elimination Chamber, you thought you were really going to get something, and then after that, I don't know what happened, and now you're just like, really? And then here's my thing with this match as well. We know Randy and Cody both have history dating all the way back to the Legacy days, and they're not really focusing on that. I felt like they really dropped the ball when it was King of the Ring finals. This would be a great opportunity to kind of go full circle with this, and they're not doing it. And so that fact in my mind, it's like I can't get it. I know the match is going to be good. It's going to be a good match. But I can't get excited about it because you're missing a key part, like you're ignoring it, and it's bothering me.
They haven't completely ignored it, though, because Cody did mention it in his promo last night where he said, I know everyone is waiting to see the student versus teacher, but I stopped being his student a long time ago, and not when I became WWE champion, but when I had to babysit him because he didn't say it in these words, but when he was high as a kite and drooling on himself in the back seat, he had to take care of him. Cody had to take care of Randy Orton. So he says that we're beyond that now. So I don't know if it'll be mentioned again, but they did reference it last night in his promo.
Okay.
And I think that him mentioning that part of it just made it a little bit more like, ooh, Cody, let's be spicy.
Be like, all right, then.
All right, let's see. Christine has a good question. What if it's Ric Flair?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Please not. No.
I don't think it needs to be Ric Flair. It could be Triple H.
I thought about Triple H too back from the Evolution days.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that Ric Flair needs to be on there. But
plus his health is so, like, you never really know how his health is going to be these days.
Right.
I wouldn't put him on the road.
I wouldn't either.
He don't really make a whole lot of good decisions these days either. I seriously doubt that.
Yeah.
Well, we're moving on. And we're going to go to the women's division. We've only got one women's division segment tonight because last week we did like 5 of them. So we're going to give the dudes a little bit more love tonight. But I did want to talk about Stephanie versus Liv because Liv cut this really good promo last night saying, I have my family with me, Stephanie. Where's your family? You don't have any. You're all by yourself. And Stephanie comes out there and those two get into it. And then, of course, Roxanne makes an appearance as well and helps Liv Morgan beat down Stephanie. And so Roxanne is back after her injury. And I'm interested to see what they do with this moving forward from WrestleMania. Because I always thought that they were going to do something between Liv and Raquel Rodriguez. But I don't know. Every time I think that that's where they're going, it shifts and they go in the exact opposite direction. So I have no idea what they're going to do after this. But the Judgment Day is holding on by a thread. Let's put it that way.
It's all but over at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the Liv promo, what I really like you said, with the family thing, and then when she mentioned Stephanie's mom, and then I saw it this morning. Basically, what Liv said in Spanish was she called Stephanie's mom a whore.
Mm-hmm.
Like, basically, what she called her.
Yep, she sure did.
And he's like, okay, here we go, and then. I am glad to see Roxanne back. She's someone I've seen, on TV for a few years, and to be that good at such a young age,
Yeah.
and she's, like, I'm glad they were able to fix her. It wasn't a serious injury, but now that she's back on TV, And you brought up a good point with Raquel. I haven't heard or seen her do much of anything. I know she was on Raw last night, but as far as like the big picture, they don't have anything for her. I'm interested to see where this is going to go.
Laura and I talked a lot about this a couple of months ago because a couple of months ago it really looked like Raquel was going to be the one to take the title off of Stephanie and then Liv Morgan, and it was going to be Liv versus Raquel at WrestleMania. And they didn't do that, so here we are. I mean, I'm okay with this because both of these girls, both of these ladies are really great, and they have put on a really compelling storyline to me. I think that they're doing actually a better job than Rhea and Jade is. That one falls a little flat for me personally, but this is really good, and I'm interested in seeing what they do next.
I do think that it's inevitable. I think it might be a question, not when, but if, but when. And not if but when, excuse me, but because Raquel has improved so much.
Yeah.
And of course Liv has worked so hard over the last decade, so she absolutely deserves her spot. And of course, with the addition of Roxanne, Roxanne is so good too. So it's like, you're like, I kind of want to see them go at it, but at the same time, I kind of want to see them stay.
I understand that. We have seen, I mean, because in the Judgment Day, it's usually Liv Morgan who wins the titles and is the focal point of at least the girls' side of the group. It's always about Liv, and the other two are in the background, right? And I thought it would have been really interesting if they had Raquel winning all these matches, winning the title, and Liv Morgan slowly getting jealous of Raquel taking the spotlight away from her. That would have been very compelling television to me, but they didn't do that. So we get this instead. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with that.
I think what would have been interesting is if back at the Chamber, Raquel had won the Chamber match and she fought. And then you'd have...
Yeah, that's what we were talking about.
Because that could have been a very good story going into that.
And she made it, and Liv made the comment too, we could both be champions.
Exactly.
That would have been good. I would have been okay with that too.
Raquel would be like, no.
But, that's not what they decided to do. I think at WrestleMania, I think that they more look at what is the biggest names than anything else. I think that they like to just have the paper look really good because us, we're in the thick of it all the time because we are the hardcore fan, and it doesn't really matter what they do, we're going to be watching it anyway. For WrestleMania, they want the person who only comes once a year to be excited about whatever match it is. And Stephanie is a big name and Liv Morgan is a big name. And on the other side, Rhea Ripley is a really big name. And I think that that's why they put Rhea with Jade instead of someone else.
Right.
Because it looks good on paper. But let's see. Christine says that Finn is much better without them. And Timothy says, wouldn't it be interesting if Rhea, Damian, and R-Truth from an OG Judgment Day on SmackDown? That's funny. Yes. The
fact that Priesty and R-Truth are tag champs over there, I think that's a grand idea.
It makes me happy. Yes. We need some fun. We need some fun on wrestling.
Yeah.
All right. Well, speaking of new champions, we're going over to SmackDown, and we are talking about our new U.S. champion with Sami Zayn, who did defeat Carmelo Hayes last week on SmackDown because his name just went right out of my head. I am so sorry. You're not the only one on the struggle bus, Laura. Nick Aldis told Sami Zayn that there was no spot for him on WrestleMania. So Sami Zayn decided to make his own spot for WrestleMania and went after Carmelo Hayes. And he he won the match, and so now it's Sami Zayn versus Tricky Trick in his lemon pepper steppers at WrestleMania. And I once he came out for that open challenge, I knew that he was going to win that title. And no, I did not see the report from Sean Ross Sapp beforehand. So just so you guys know, I just knew from watching the show that he was going to win. And because he's had all this built up with Trick Williams, they had to do something with that. So Carmelo Hayes just didn't really fit in with that all too much. Even though him and Trick Williams do have a lot of history, they haven't been telling that story or the history
No.
between those two. So I knew that they were going in the opposite direction. And do you think that we're going to see a different side of Sami Zayn during that match?
I think so. I think we're seeing him crash out a lot more. He's getting frustrated. He, because it's kind of like, he's not getting these opportunities because of, what he's been doing, and he at this point he knows he's got to change something to start getting opportunities and getting what he wants. And I think that's going to be the story being told here. Trick has really played with his mind. So I do think that I knew that they're going to have a match at WrestleMania. Title be involved? I'm iffy on that. Like, did we need to have a title? We just can't have a grudge match anymore. Got to throw some gold in there on top of it, right? But a lot of people on social media was upset because, Carmelo Hayes has been really coming up the ladder.
Uh-oh, I think she froze.
Yeah. I'm gonna piggyback on what she was saying. Like, Carmelo Hayes has just been so good, and it's like the fact that he's not going to get the chance to be. Well, I'm not actually. I'm not going to say that yet because there's still 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Because he could still end up being on the show, but
Yeah.
But to go to Sammy and Trick, I could definitely see Sammy going into that match losing and then continuing this downward spiral like the two of you have been saying. And he just
Right.
worse and worse and worse. I could see that happen.
I still think if they are, in fact, going to Saudi next year for WrestleMania, I think that's when Sammy's going to get the world title. Whether he wins Royal Rumble or Elimination Chamber, I think that's going to be the end goal, is winning the title in Saudi. If they go, yeah, if they go. Who's to say we might still have war going on then? This is months away. But I think that's the direction they're going in. And, I hope they put Carmelo Hayes in a match on WrestleMania. He deserves to be on the card. He was already the Battle Royal winner last year, and he had a great year. He don't need to be in that again. I think he needs to be in a WrestleMania match. I mean, there's no ands, ifs, or buts about it. Hell, put him with Ila again. That sells tickets. How good they were. That'll get a crowd going.
Oh yeah, those two have had really great matches over the past couple months, and the one that they had 2 weeks ago was just amazing. And I'm gonna say that Carmelo Hayes deserves something. I don't know what it would be. Whether they throw him in the middle of Sami Zayn and Trick Williams, which would be weird, but not really, because Carmelo Hayes has been making that title mean something on SmackDown for several months now. And I think it would almost be a disservice to him to just throw him out. But of course they did it to Bayley last year, so who knows? Who knows what they'll do?
Great example. That's a great example.
And let's see what the kids are saying. It looks like Trick did some media,
He
and he
did.
was on ESPN. That's cool. I think it's not going to be like all of a sudden. It's going to be very gradual that Sammy turns heel. They wouldn't have Randy Orton give him the advice that he gave him a couple weeks ago and them not actually capitalize on that, I don't think.
Yeah, between we're kind of in the midst of a brand new era, generational era here. The way they've tweaked Trick Williams from his look to his entrance is on 100. Like, in NXT, you're vibing to the music or whatnot, but now you got him doing the Bobby Roode thing, going around in a circle
Yes.
with a white coat. That is aura, and he gets one of the biggest pops of the night.
Yeah.
And he's been doing some media work, and he looked. I mean, obviously he looks good. He looks like that star. So between him and Obafemi, I think, and even Javon's still a little young, but between
Javon is so
him and
good.
Oba, yeah, he is very good. I think as far as media coverage and stuff goes, yeah, they're in good hands. So
yeah, definitely. I'm thinking that PR is probably something that they really drill as far as it might even be a class. Media might even be a class at the Performance Center. And
kind of
I
like
think
promo class.
And AEW, they need to do a media class with them too, because sometimes those guys go off the rails.
Yeah.
But speaking of out of nowhere, this came out of nowhere. I was hoping that the WrestleMania ladder match this year was going to be the women's tag team division, but it's not. It's the Intercontinental Championship. I'm not too mad about it because we'll get to see Penta do some really cool things off of ladders.
Penta loves ladders.
They did not announce who was going to be in this match. Obviously Penta, but we don't know any of the others. Do y'all have any speculations on who you think could be added to this match?
I would just say right off the top, Javon. You gotta have him in that match.
Yeah.
I definitely think Javon Evans, that was the first name that came in my mind.
Because
go ahead. Sorry.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, because if you look at what he did in the Royal Rumble, he was the Iron Man of that match, and then what he did at the Elimination Chamber, where he looked fantastic. It's like you gotta get him in this one.
Oh yeah. He would. Oh my goodness, the things that crazy things that boy will do off those ladders. Insane. Does Finn Balor and Dominic have their own match at WrestleMania, or
I know they've been doing.
Okay, because I know that they've been doing like vignettes on them, so I didn't know if they had their own match. Because if they didn't, you could easily throw those guys in there too. Because Dominic.
All right, they did announce the who's going to be in the Intercontinental Championship match.
Okay, well they didn't on Raw, so go ahead.
Okay, all right. Penta versus Javon Evans versus Dragon Lee versus JD McDonough versus Rusev.
That is so random.
Rusev kind of seems like the odd one.
That's not the only random thing they did last night. I'm ready to say something about randomness now.
That is so random. I mean, Javon Evans and maybe JD McDonough are the only two that really make any sense. Oh goodness. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think who else on that roster could be in that match. Like that could have fit. I can't think of anybody.
Rusev is a weird
They
choice.
do have. Then that's nothing towards him. But it's just like, whoa. When was the last time he was on TV? Obviously, I don't watch Raw.
Getting beat up by Obafemi about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, they got Finn Balor and Dominic Mysterio. It's a grudge match.
Okay.
Women's tag. Of course, they made that official last night. Irresistible Forces versus Bliss and Flair versus Bellas versus Bayley and Lyra Valkyria.
Okay, so no Kabuki in that? I'm guessing not. They might be doing Io versus Asuka.
They might be. Yeah, there ain't anything on here about the Kabuki Warriors. Like, there's some predictions on this that I'm reading. The Usos could very well go against the Vision in a rematch. These are predictions now. And then they have Women's United States Championship. It could be possibly Julia versus Io Sky.
That doesn't make any sense. She's in a thing with Tiffany Stratton.
Right. I don't know why they have that on here. I guess because they want to see, they're from Stardom. They just want to see the dream match. But that's what that said. But
they haven't even said boo at each other.
Right. Right.
That doesn't make any
sense. That's why I was looking like, Sky, where did that come from? It's a prediction, not a spoiler.
Okay. The other way around this time. All right. Well, you said something about Balor and Dominic being a grudge match, and this is also a grudge match. Boy, is it ever. We're going to have a non-sanctioned match between Drew McIntyre and Jacob Fatu, and these two, they like to beat each other up. That's all I can say.
I think they're going to tear the house down.
Yeah. And I'm on the fence on who should win. I'm on the fence. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Because I love Jacob.
I don't know either.
And I love Drew McIntyre. And I'm just like, okay, I think this is just going to be a match where I'm not rooting for anyone. I'm just cheering.
May the best man win type of thing.
Yes. Right. I'm the one who wins.
And something that I was reading about last night that I was like, you know what? That's a good point. We still don't know who attacked Jacob.
That's right.
He's never said.
Huh?
He's never really said it's Drew.
No! We don't know.
This could end up being one of the next in the many of the we never finished the story file.
See, you can throw Carmelo Hayes in there. There you go. He can cost Jacob the match. Align himself with Drew. There you go. Carmelo was the one that did
that would be That is so oddball. Oh no. Oh, you gotta have some fun.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Hey, you never know. It could be Kit Wilson. No, absolutely not. I love him though.
I know. I don't know. Are we still going to be doing Jelly Roll and Kit Wilson come WrestleMania?
No.
It's probably going to be Jelly Roll and somebody against I don't know. Well, you got the Miz as well. Jelly Roll had a problem with Kit, right?
Jelly Roll and Danhausen versus the Miz. I'm just kidding. No.
While you're kidding, that might happen.
Yeah, they could be listening. Be like, hey, I got a new match.
That would no. I don't.
Oh my god, that video with him and Punk yesterday doing autographs was great. He gave him a $20 bill. He goes, "Oh, $20 bill. Thank you. I need that." He was like, "Don't come near me."
Those two are so funny together. They used to do things together in AEW for their social media accounts as well. And CM Punk and Danhausen, they need to be frenemies or something. I don't know. Christine, we don't know why Rusev is in that.
We're still trying to figure that out.
And Bill, you have a question from Timothy. Was it too early to call up Evans to the main roster?
That's a really good question. Normally, I would say yes. Normally. Every once in a while, you're going to have an exception to the rule. And right now, he is the exception to the rule.
I agree with that.
As long as he, stays clean, is mature, doesn't do anything wrong on the road, he's fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's something special about Javon Evans.
Yeah, you just look at him and you could just tell it's there.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times with your high flyers, your luchadors, whatever you want to call them, they're kind of cookie cutter, one in a million type of people, but he's different. And I can't quite put my finger on what it is, but there's something there that just, I'm like, that dude. That dude right there.
I would say he's like a once in a generation talent. Perhaps. I mean, he's got a passion for it. He's dedicated. A lot of people, a lot of kids probably look up to him.
Oh yeah.
Especially because he has just from how he is. You see kids. He looks like me. I could do this.
Mm-hmm.
And and that's the same way with just about everyone. They're like, oh, if they can do it, I can too. So I think he would be a great role model for kids, and that would be really good for him.
Yeah. I see him sliding into that role pretty easily. And he's very likable, so I don't see the kids not liking him.
I follow his mom on Facebook, and she's just so proud of him. Like,
that's cute.
It is. It really is. And she's just so excited and happy for him, and you just love to see it.
Right?
Yeah, it's adorable. And I don't think that he should win the IC title quite yet. I think that they're just starting something with Penta having the title, and I think that they should keep up with that. And Rusev being in that match is random. And another thing that is random is this. This came out of nowhere. I was like, what are they doing? What is this? Why?
Right?
This makes 0 sense. 0. Gunther has no involvement with the Vision. And Seth Rollins is not about to retire. What are we doing?
You know what? I have no idea. Like, they're like, these two need something to do. Why don't we just throw them together? But I've been I've seen on social media, TikTok, and reading some fan theories that he might have been recruited by Paul Heyman secretly to put so that Gunther could take out Seth Rollins in exchange for Brock Lesnar's career.
Okay. I was about to say,
and I was like, okay. I said, okay, we're cooking with that a little bit. Be like, hey, if you take out Seth Rollins for me, I'll make sure you get a match with Brock Lesnar, say like at SummerSlam in Minneapolis. If you beat him, retire
you just said
him.
It was I forgot it was in Minneapolis. Holy smokes.
Yeah. That's what some of them was saying. They're like, I bet you he's a secret
Okay.
Paul Heyman guy.
That
And I
actually makes sense.
was like,
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
I
the
was
way
like,
they
okay,
did it,
we're gonna cook with that.
it just looked so random last night. I was like, what? Why are you out here?
Cause get this now. Oba beats Brock Lesnar. You know, who was one of you said that Heyman might think he's washed after that. There's your answer.
And
But because we guessed that, they're gonna probably go the opposite direction and just make, I wouldn't be surprised if they just don't go nowhere with it. But I think that would be a very good reason why this would be it.
with everything that Gunther's done the last 6 months, it's so hard to keep him off this card. Like,
Yeah.
He should be on this card now.
I thought at one point, I could be wrong, he was originally going to face Rey Mysterio.
Yes.
But because
he got hurt. That's right. Yeah.
So it's like, okay, we're going to get Gunther in a match. Here we go. Put him against Seth.
Yeah, well, with Seth too. Bronson Reed's hurt.
Right.
Braun Breaker came back last night, but I don't know if he's cleared. That would have made more sense. So, so I think injuries just kind of plagued the whole direction for these two guys. But I definitely think that would be a great story.
Yeah,
when you first, the career killer.
When you first said that that he was a secret Paul Heyman guy, I was like, I'll only be okay with that if it leads to Gunther versus Brock Lesnar, because that's just my favorite kind of character, is the big monster heel that comes in, destroys your favorite on the card, laughs about it, and goes home. And that's Brock Lesnar, and that's Gunther, and I love both of those guys. And I have been waiting for years to see that. I went all the way to Tampa trying to see that, and then all the Vince McMahon garbage had to happen at the Royal Rumble, and they had to put that on the shelf, and I was like, ugh, y'all are taking this away from me, and it's not fair. But yeah, and it could be Brock Lesnar decides that he doesn't want to do it anymore, and he decides to ride off into the sunset. And like you said, Gunther is the career killer. It could happen. I'm not ready for that, but it is what it is. John Cena's retired. They took AJ Styles away from me. They're on a track record, so here we go.
Yeah. They're just hurting all of our feelings.
They're going after all of our
wrestler at a time.
Yes, they are. And then I heard that Eddie Kingston might have to retire in the next year or two as well. And I'm just like, I can't do this. I can't do this. Don't. Y'all are hurting my feelings.
Don't take this all away from us.
So
it's like, why can't we have nice things?
Oh me. Timothy says that the NXT pay-per-view is this Saturday night. Good for them. I have to be strategic about which wrestling show I watch, and unfortunately NXT is on the chopping block. It's not because they're bad or anything, it's just that I don't have time to watch it.
And I think that show's on YouTube. So
well, are you thinking AAA? Because I know they're on YouTube.
No, I thought I read that this NXT show is going to be on YouTube.
Oh, I don't know. I will say this about NXT. I think they're finally getting it right with Tony D'Angelo. I think they're finally getting it right with him. I didn't care about him before, and now I'm like, yes, destroy everybody. I don't care if it's Ricky Saints. I don't care if it's Joe Hendry. Destroy him.
Yeah.
You know,
It will
they're
be on
going to
YouTube.
be all right over there. They're doing great.
Stand and Deliver, April 4th, will be on their YouTube channel.
Okay.
That's
Their
not
biggest
bad.
show of the year on YouTube.
Maybe, I don't know. I was just
See, we took WWE Network for granted because we had everything right in one place. Now you got to go on A&E, you got to go on CW, you got to go on YouTube, you got to go on Tubi, you got to go on Netflix, you got to go on Stay in one damn place. I can't remember half of that.
I'm about this close to getting a VPN. So I just watch everything on Netflix. I'm that close.
It was funny because I watched the Elimination Chamber, and he was like, by the way, we're watching from Czechoslovakia, just so you wanted to know. I was like, I don't care, I'm watching it.
Right? Yeah, Timothy says, yep, it's on YouTube.
Okay.
All right. Well, we got one more thing to talk about. Talking about my guy versus her guy. This is another one of those. Not that I don't like Roman, okay? But I've been a big CM Punk fan since my 20s, so I'm always going to cheer for him over almost anybody else. Except for once. And that was against Eddie Kingston in AEW. That was the only time I ever booed CM Punk.
Oh, they had such a good feud then, too. Oh.
Yes, they did. My mom was looking at me like I had 3 heads. She was like, since when do you boo CM Punk? And I'm like, since he's fighting Eddie Kingston. I'm sorry. You know? Sorry. Well, anyway, that was the past, and this is now. And we have Roman versus CM Punk. And CM Punk got the best of Roman on Monday night last night. And he put Roman in the go to sleep. And he also powerbombed him through the announce table. And he kept punching him and punching him and punching him. And the security guys had to pull him off. And he had this crazy eyes going. So Randy Orton is not the only one losing his mind. CM Punk is losing his mind too.
I knew when these guys were going, I was like, it's not a matter of if, it's when with these guys. And I knew it was going to cook because, you know, years have passed and both guys have been through so much as far as character development and everything goes. Now, if you would have did this 10 years ago with Roman and CM Punk, it would have probably been a disaster. But since, Roman is in his best era. And
Yes.
I think he's been going toe-to-toe with CM Punk, and it's just been so enjoyable to watch. And I just know it felt good that first time they had that promo, and he was just like, you made my life harder than what should have been all those years ago. And he is right. I went his first singles WrestleMania was WrestleMania 31 against Brock Lesnar. That was a volatile crowd during that match. Like, I can't even watch that match. And I was there because the emotions were high. So that, and that was all a part of it. Punk made a comment about Roman, and, back then, CM Punk was God. Daniel Bryan was Jesus. That not no offense to any one of them, but it just, Roman was just not what the fans wanted. And then it didn't help that, Vince pushed him and the fans were pushing back like, no, I don't want this. So I think really, I think it made Roman stronger, but I know that felt good for him to say that. felt good for me. So, yeah. I think it's going to be good.
I think the last couple of weeks the buildup has been really good. Like in the beginning, like it was a little slow. Part of it was because Roman wasn't on TV all the time.
Right.
But I think it's starting to get better now.
Yeah.
And I think the fact that both know they are the main event of WrestleMania.
Yes. Yes,
There
they are.
is no question, no doubt in anyone's mind. They are the main event of WrestleMania.
Right.
Well, and their match was the first one that was announced for WrestleMania, like right after the Royal Rumble, it was announced. So,
So, you know, like their game, both of their games have been really good. And
right.
it's going to be very interesting when they get to Vegas, like how the crowd's going to be. Like, are they going to be pro Punk? Are they going to be pro Roman? Are they going to be 50-50, which is what I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be 50-50.
I think it's going to be 100-100. I think they're going to be cheering for both of them simultaneously.
It's possible.
Because that's what they've been doing.
And, you know, there's been like little subtle things between the Usos and the MFTs. I want to mention this because
Uh-oh. I think she froze again.
You. I mean, I know about the Usos, but I haven't paid much attention about the MFT. Like,
sorry about that. I don't know what happened.
Okay.
But Tama Tonga has been getting his conscience questioned by Shinsuke Nakamura. And Solo, they were doing a backstage segment. Solo said something. He was like, you know what? You're starting to really sound like Roman. And somebody said that to Jey Uso a while back too. You're really starting to sound like Roman. So in a way, I don't think we should forget about that in case somebody might make a play on Roman's part, but at the same time, you don't know. But I do keep that in the back of my mind because I feel like they're dropping hints as of what's to come.
Yeah, I think so too. And especially last week, I don't know if anybody else noticed this, but Jey Uso was giving the orders to Roman, and Roman was following them.
Main event, Jey Uso.
And the Usos did not come out to yeet on Monday night either. They did not come through the crowd. Their music changed. They didn't come through the crowd. He didn't do any of this. None of that. None of that.
Oh yeah, they did not like it. I listened to it on YouTube this morning. It's actually pretty good, but yeah, they did not like it last night.
Of course not. You know, one of the best parts of going live is getting to yeet with Jey Uso, and when that gets taken away from you, that's not any fun.
Right. Opportunity to stand next to Jey Uso. Duh. Yeah.
Yep. So they are definitely going to play a major part in this match.
I definitely.
Of course,
think
they
so
already
too.
have, but they're going to it. You know. And
with it being 3 weeks away, there is a lot to there's still a lot that they can do before the final.
This just popped into my brain. There was a backstage segment with I Am Speed and The Vision. And Paul Heyman was trying to tell Speed, it's okay, we got you, you know, just stick with us and everything will be okay. They walk off and Paul Heyman says, the Usos are going to kill him. Not LA Knight. He said the Usos are going to kill him. He punched LA Knight. He didn't punch the Usos.
Right.
So, I think that
Little
they might
Easter
destroy
eggs.
I Am Speed to kind of get them show a little bit more of that heelish tendencies, especially with Jay. So it's fun. I love pro wrestling. Oh my
Oh
goodness.
yeah, I know.
Oh my goodness, I love it so much. All right, well, that's what we have, and we've been on here for an hour and 10 minutes, so I think that that's a good place to stop. Bill, thank you so much for joining us. It was so lovely to meet you, and you are invited back anytime you want to come on.
Yeah.
Do you have any plugs for us?
I do. One of the podcasts that I'm doing, the DK and Bill Wrestling podcast, we are on our road to WrestleMania. In a couple of days, our review of a classic WrestleMania is going to come out. WrestleMania 24, which is a good show. I think it's an underrated WrestleMania. And then next week, and I got to put this up in our Facebook group, we're going to do the next chapter of The Undertaker, because every WrestleMania we've looked at The Undertaker. And this one is called The End of the Streak. And we're going to be streaming that live on Twitch. So
Okay.
Just stay tuned and all the details will come out on that.
All right, guys, you heard it first. Make sure that you check out his podcast. I will be here tomorrow with Ray all day on the tailgate party on the Peaches and Power Bombs platforms, and we'll be talking about AEW and their silly ways that they do over there. No, it's all good. We have a good time, and of course, Alora and I will be back next week as well, and we'll see you guys then. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Good night, sweet peach. It's time to go. Good night, sweet peach. It's the end of the show. We hate to leave, but we really can't stay. So good night, sweet peach. Good night.